Hello, Cheeky.
Hello, Cheeky.
Hello. Hello. Oh, hello, Cheeky.
Hello, Cheeky.
Hello, Cheeky. Hello. Hello. You're all under arrest.
And now, here is a message for all pigeon fanciers.
Women are better.
Just a minute, young man. Have you ever tied a message to your wife's leg and thrown her off the roof?
Yes, she broke her neck. You're very sorry, I'm not. We weren't very close. Well, when I say we, she was. Wouldn't give you the price of a pint, the mean cow.
Oh, cow, was she?
Yes.
Well, how dare you criticise me and my pigeons?
Here is a late result from the badminton horse trials. One of the horses was found guilty of impersonating Fanny Craddock. It was later discovered that it actually was Fanny Craddock. But by that time, someone had put a saddle on her and she'd done a clear round. At least soon as plenty, right?
And now here's Dudley Function to tell us something about his garden.
It's at the back of my house and it's got a fence all round it.
The things you learn, it's incredible. It's just been announced that Percy Fish, transfer listed by Huddersfield Town last week, was bought today for £250,000 by Richard Burton for Elizabeth Taylor.
Would you like to swing on a star?
Yes, please. Preferably Raquel Welch.
And now, a couple of numbers from Edmundo Ross.
3-4.
Thank you, Edmundo.
And now, over to the sports room.
Go on, Mavis, be a sport.
No.
Go on, Mavis, go on. Be a sport, mate.
No. That little red light doesn't mean what you think it does, you know.
What little red light? Oh! Excuse me. George Thing here. I've just been in touch with Mavis. No, Crystal Palace. Do beg your pardon. Crystal Palace, where the athletics meeting has produced a bit of a sensation. The runner who came fifth in the 800 metres race was officially declared first. It was then discovered that the judge was his uncle. The whole matter has been placed before the Race Relations Board.
Meanwhile, in a boarding house not 1,000 miles from Crewe Junction.
Good morning, sir, and welcome to the Bidewee Guest House.
I am Attila the Hun. I want 1,000 rooms, each containing a haunch of venison, a gallon of mead, and a maiden ripe and ready for pleasure.
Sorry, we only do bread and breakfast.
I'll go back to the YMCA, I suppose.
There's a small hotel by a wishing well.
But do they have venison, mead, and maiden?
No, you stick to your own joke and I'm not playing.
Oh, you played very well. No, I didn't play too well. And I think I broke my joint.
No, you played well. Wouldn't you not say so, Jamie?
Aye, that was bonny playing.
That was a shortened version of What the Pipers Say.
On Radio 3 tonight, it's drama. Armchair Theatre presents a story about an armchair who, after 12 years of marriage, defies convention by running off to live with a chest of drawers, and it tells of the difficulties they encounter when they give birth to a poof. Tonight at 8 o'clock on Radio 3.
My garden has also got grass and flowers in it.
Thank you very much.
Foreign Legion, forward march!
It's my own fault. I'm an absent-minded fool. I meant to join the British Legion.
Oh, cuckoo, shall I call thee bird or just a wandering voice?
Please yourself, mate. I've got to lay some eggs and get my name in the Times.
That was an intellectual joke. And now, here's a joke for non-intellectuals.
I went out with Siamese twins last night.
Did you enjoy yourself?
Yes and no.
And here's a warning for motorists. Will all motorists on the A12 to Romford please drive with extreme care, as I'm going home drunk.
In a contest held last night at the Albert Hall to find the sexiest man on television named Nicholas Parsons, nobody won.
Here is a weather report. Lightning has just struck the post office tower. Heavy falls of minestrone are expected in the Tottenham Court Road area. And now for an interview with a dog.
Good evening. Now, I gather you are a dog. Have you always been a dog? An Alsatian, isn't it? Do you like being a dog? Look, I'm getting very bored with this interview.
Get off! Get off!
When I interviewed Harold Wilson, he never bit me on the leg.
No, but I wanted to.
And now, once again, we present Hollywood film endings that never happened, but should have. First, The Carpenter.
I feel in a strange way cleansed. My life now has a purpose. Who was that carpenter, that quiet man who came amongst us and with his teachings changed our lives?
Barry Bucknell. Next, a romance to remember.
Gee, it's funny after all this time, high school, college, fooling around with a gang. It's funny how I've suddenly just realized how much you mean to me.
I know, George. I've only just realized myself.
Little known facts that nobody cares about number 'neath the arches.
Did you know that as James Watt sat watching his kettle boil one morning, he became so fascinated he missed his train?
And now, over to Wimbledon.
As you join us, Yvonne Goolagong is coming onto the centre court. She's wearing a delightful short tennis dress with a gold border with matching panties.
Oh, lovely! Oh.
She's bending over to unzip her racket.
Whoa! What a London derriere! Oh! Talk about two little boys fighting under a blanket. Way!
Now she's waiting to receive service. She's bouncing lightly on the balls of her feet.
Look at that! Hey! Jelly on a plate! Jelly on a plate! Wait!
We apologize for the loss of our outside broadcast from Wimbledon. This is due to a commentator beyond our control. What he sees in those girls baffles me anyway. Women.
We apologize for the loss of our continuity announcer. He's gone to the men's room. Oh, Lord, not a good idea. Here's the music.
We apologize for the loss of that music. Until we can get back to it, here is a poem. I wandered lonely as a... no. The curfew tolls the... No, I've got it. There was a young man from St. Paul's who once did a turn on the halls. His favourite trick was to...
We apologize for the loss of that poem, and in the meantime...
Here is a song.
Please let me love you tonight, Gladys. Tomorrow I won't have the time. Let me whisk you away to a land of romance on a number 4 bus to the Palais de Dance. Please let me love you tonight. Gladys, our passion will reach a new height. Hand in hand through a land made for lovers we'll roam. I shall stand neath your window when I take you home and play Lambeth Walk on me paper and comb. If you'll please let me love you tonight. Please let me love you tonight. Gladys, our passion will reach a new height. If you feel in the mood, won't you give me a sign? And we'll spend an evening of love so divine. I shall drink from your gumboot some invalid wine. If you'll please let me love you tonight. Please let me love you tonight.
What's the position today, Jim?
Well, Raymondo, B-R-U-T-T-G-A-R-U-M, P-T-O-O-G-N-I-K.
What's that, Jim?
Brut Garump to Gudnik.
That's nonsense.
No, it isn't. It's Russian for a drink.
Don't be ridiculous. Russian for a drink is 5 minutes before they close. I know that.
And now for Edith, Joan, Marge, and all the girls from the number 2 Welving bench down there in Harpenden, here is a request from your works manager. Get out of the lavatory and get back to work.
Not another lavatory joke.
That got a bit of a laugh, didn't it?
I suppose now that you're flushed with success, I shall have to sit through a whole chain of them. Oh, God, I didn't mean to say that. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Mummy.
That's all right, Timmy.
University of the Air. How to make an occasional table.
Do it every 3 months or so.
The daffodils will bloom early and die in the late frost.
Thank God you're here. Here are your instructions. Memorize and swallow. Then take the next flight to Berlin. Go immediately to the Blue Gardenia and ask for Heinrich.
Why should I?
Well, you did say the daffodils will bloom early and die in a late frost. Aren't you 006?
No, I'm Percy Thrower.
Oh, we go in my garden. I've got a gnome fishing in a pond.
Thank you. Meanwhile, at an army medical not 1,000 miles from Crewe Junction...
Next, I'm going to test your reflexes. Let me listen to your heart. Now, look at this picture of Sophia Loren. Fine. Take your clothes off, go and sit over there. Next. Now I'm going to test your reflexes. Let me listen to your heart. Look at this picture of Sophia Loren. Fine. Take your clothes off and go and sit next to him. Next. I'm going to test your reflexes. Let me listen to your heart. Look at this picture of Sophia Loren. Ursula Andress. Raquel Welsh. That's very odd. Take your clothes off and go and sit down over there with those two fellas.
Men behind the scenes. This week the spotlight falls on our sound effects man.
Miss me.
Here is the police message. Will all units please keep a lookout for a flat man riding 2 coconut shells up the M4?
And now, ladies and gentlemen, thank you, my impression of Alexander the Great. Morning, lads. Any complaints?
Nothing like
Yes,
it.
it was.
Get off, he didn't sound anything like that.
How do you know? Ever meet him?
Well, yes, once.
He's been dead, Barry, for over 2,000 years.
Well, he was getting on a bit when I met him.
Rubbish.
No, he sounded more like this. No, listen, more like this. No.
Morning, lads. Any complaints?
Get off. Alexander the Great sounded more like Cleopatra.
Oh, I suppose you met her.
No. I once heard a record of her.
No, you got it right. No, he was more like...
This is Alexander the Great, matey. Morning.
Morning, lads. Any complaints?
Alexander the Great.
What are you doing?
No, it's me. But that voice.
Oh, it's nothing. I've got a little knack.
Never mind. I expect you're kind to animals.
Meanwhile, in a psychiatrist's consulting room not 1,000 miles from Crewe Junction.
Mr. Fordyce, how long have you had this obsession that you are an overripe plum? Mr. Ford... Oh, he's dropped off. You're too kind. And now, over to my other couch. Mr. Rimshot, I can finally convince you that you are not Alexander the Great.
How?
Because I am. Listen, morning, lads. Any complaints?
And now, in response to a tidal wave of apathy from the Isle of Rockall, here is King Harold of England to sing I Only Have Eye for You. Here's Harry.
Those yellow lights down the Bayswater Road made you look Chinese to me. I thought that you were Little Mean Foo instead of Millie Battersby from Southend-on-Sea. We went out to dine with candles and wine, and heavens, the wine, how it flowed. I waited for the dawning so my eyes I could feast. I thought that I had found a gem, a pearl of the East. But all that I had found was you, you big ugly beast. Through the lights down the Bayswater Road. Those yellow lights down the Bayswater Road made you look Chinese to me. I thought that you were Little Ming Fu instead of Millie Battersby from Southend-on-Sea. We went out to dine with candles and wine, and heavens, the wine, how it flowed. I waited for the dawning so my eyes I could feast. I thought that I had found a gem, a pearl of the East. But all that I had found was you big ugly beast. Through the lights down the Bayswater, lights down the Bayswater, lights down the Bayswater Road.
I enjoyed that. Then I got no taste. And to prove it, here is the end of a dirty joke. We're all going to Blackpool.
If any listener knows the joke that precedes that line, shut up. It's not that sort of a party.
Meanwhile, at that sort of a party, not 1,000 miles from Crewe Junction.
You appear to derive the same satisfaction from the Rolling Stones music that I do. To me, it has the basic atavistic rhythms of primitive man, overlaid with a veneer of nightmare sophistication, reminiscent of late Hieronymus Bosch or early Salvador Dali. What would you say to that?
Can I take your frock off?
Why, doesn't it fit you?
University of the Air, Animal Training. Lesson 1, teach your dog how to beg.
Give him a tin cup and a pair of dark glasses.
Upon this desert isle I see a xylophone behind yon tree. Oh, what a blessing, what a boon. I think I'll give you all up.
What am I talking? I can't even play the xylophone.
That was an excerpt from a forthcoming BBC attraction, Robinson Crusoe on Friday. Well, I mean, it's on Friday. I didn't mean that he was at... Oh, God, I failed!
At this time next week, Aristotle Onassis will be discussing which 8 islands he would take with him if he was stranded on a gramophone record.
Ladies and gentlemen, a joke.
It appears that a circus clown, Jolly Jimbo by name, arrived at a maternity hospital in full costume and makeup, just in time to hold his newly born son in his arms. The infant apparently reached up and seized the red table tennis ball adhering to the centre of his father's face, an integral part of a clown's professional makeup. "Oh, look," quipped a passing nurse. He's got his father's nose.
The original of that joke can be seen at the Roy Hudd Joke Museum, together with the rest of his act.
Here is a late fairy story which has just been handed to me. Once upon a time in Dangley Dell there lived a goblin, and his name was Betty. I'm sorry. And his name... It is Betty. Betty was a jolly little fellow and used to wear ladies' dresses. And go down to the docks where the sailors were. I can't read this.
Get on with it.
Sometimes he was a very naughty goblin and used to do naughty things, and the sailors would shout, "Get you, Betty, drop 'em." Oh, my God. I'm not reading this on principle, I'm sorry.
Get on with it, Vera. You're being paid.
I will not do it. I won't. Mommy, I'm coming home.
You finish it, Harry.
And they all lived happily ever after.
Thanks, Harry.
You're welcome, Babs.
Here's a real old chestnut. Pity you can't see it at home.
And now, here's a message for all Dorothy Squires fans.
Oh, come on.
And now... Doctor Who and the Boers.
Is this going to be an anti-South-African sketch?
No, it's about dull, unimaginative, thick, stupid people.
It is an anti-South-African sketch.
Oh, go and tie your kangaroo down, sport. Here is Doctor Who and the Boers.
Where are we, Doctor? What's happening?
We've reached such a high warp factor the space-time continuum has increased our velocity in direct proportionate ratio to our space-time quotient.
What does that mean?
The elastic's broken.
Oh!
We're out of control.
Oh! Where are we, Doctor?
Open the porthole and look out.
Why?
Well, it opens inwards and you'll bang your...
Oh!
Never mind. What can you see?
Hundreds of strange-looking people in multicoloured garments, all speaking different tongues.
Oh, it's Piccadilly in the rush hour.
Oh, we're all right, then.
Have you ever been in Piccadilly in the rush hour? I once got engaged to a Norwegian sailor just buying a ticket to cancel rides.
There's the friendly old duck and pullet, our favourite local. Let us go in and see all our friends again.
It's unnaturally quiet.
Doctor, I'm frightened.
Don't worry, Felicity. 2 lagers, please, barman. What's wrong with this place today?
I don't know, sir. It's been like this for weeks now.
There's only one man talking. What's he saying?
So we took the A3 down as far as Wisley. I don't know if you know Wisley. Lovely spot. There's a little tea shop just off the high street. They do a lovely toasted tea cake and a pot of tea.
What a
For
boring
one, of course.
man.
But
Let's have a drink in the Queen's Knees across the road, shall we?
Well, I admit it. I'm a broccoli man. You get them as plump for your marrows, them as plump for your spinach, but for me it's broccoli every time.
He's as boring as the other fellow. Let's get out of here.
No, I tell a lie. It was Thursday because on Wednesday I go to the laundrette, so it must have been... No, it wasn't Wednesday. It must
Always makes her own, you know. She'll never touch shop-bought jam, never.
Felicity, you realise what's happening? You realise who all these people are?
No, who?
Don't call me who. Use my Christian name, Boo.
Boo-hoo?
Don't cry, dear.
Oh,
You realise the whole of England is being bored to death?
I shouldn't think so. Most of them have probably switched off by now.
This is no time for jokes.
It is.
We must follow one of them to their headquarters.
Which one?
We'll pick one at random. Her with the big knockers. Come on.
But, Doctor, it's...
Yes. What a devilish cunning place to conceal the headquarters of the Boers. The Houses of Parliament.
Now, look, you chaps, one or two of you have been going round making interesting speeches. This destroys the whole plan.
Good God, Felicity, do you realise what's happening?
What?
The government are trying to take control of the country. Quick, Felicity. He's coming this way. Hide.
The thing to do is talk round and round about boring things, not interesting ones like boats and organs, if you'll pardon the expression. You just talk about the simplest way to...
He's bored himself to sleep.
Doctor, we've got to do something.
I'm going to call for the only race in the galaxy that can bore politicians.
You called Doctor.
Daleks.
And the same to you, little bird.
How did you get here so fast?
The sketch was overrunning. What can I do for you?
Dalek, I want you to meet Ted the Tar and exterminate.
Take me to your leader.
He's there.
So I took morning cloud out, and by the time we reached the Isle of Wight, we were lying in ninth place. So we reefed the spinnaker and emptied the ashtray.
They've been in there a long time, Doctor.
We've got to wait till one of them snaps.
What's happened?
The inevitable, I'm afraid, Felicity. One of his circuits has fused and he's been blown to pieces. The Dalek's not looking too well either.
Don't worry, Doctor. I will survive.
You've saved the whole of England from government. How can we ever repay you?
Well, Doctor, there is a way. You see, I have always wanted
And now, ladies and gentlemen, BBC Two's Show of the Week presents our Top of the Bill.
Give me the moonlight. Give me the girl. And leave the rest to me. Thank you very much. You are too kind.
Thank you very much indeed. Amongst those not appearing tonight's programme were Judy Geeson, Genghis Khan and Graham Garden.
Mine has got a rose bush and a rhubarb patch. This programme was written and performed by Tim Brooke, Taylor, Barry Cry and John Jenkins in my garden. And the music was played by the Dennis King Trio in the turnip patch. And in the shrubbery, David Hatch produced something.
Ta-da, Cheeky.
Goodbye there, chicken. Bonsoir.
Wiedersehen.
Ah, so cheeky.
Get off.
Goodbye then.
And you.
We're going to emigrate. Hello, Cheeky.
Hello, Cheeky. Hello. Hello. Oh, hello, Cheeky.
Hello, Cheeky. Hello, Cheeky.
Hello. Hello.
You're all under arrest. And first, for all those who remember Carol Gibbons and the Savoy Hotel Orpheans...
You're getting on a bit, aren't you?
I'm not. I was only 2 when the war broke out.
I was born after the war finished.
My mother is expecting me in a fortnight.
My wife's expecting me in half an hour. Can't we get this whole business over?
That's what my wife always says.
Yes, she does, doesn't she?
Oh. And I'll tell you another irritating habit.
What's that?
A Franciscan's one, worn inside out. He doesn't half itch, I'll tell you.
Apropos of that, I once spent an evening with 12 Benedictines.
What happened?
I drank them all and fell over.
I don't understand all these strange religious orders.
How do you mean?
Left turn, quick march.
Meanwhile, in a monastery not 1,000 miles from Crewe Junction.
Good morning, sir. I'd like a job as a bricklayer.
But this is a monastery.
I know, but I thought it was the monastery at Labour.
Shh. Here comes the abbot.
Good morning, brothers.
Good morning, abbot.
Evening.
I think we'd better try that again.
Good morning, brothers.
Good morning, abbot. Evening.
Just a minute. Something's wrong here.
What is it, abbot?
Someone chanted evening.
You may see a stranger.
That joke was sent in by E. Murgatroyd for Harcourt Villas, and we'll be round later to smash his teeth in. And now, over to Michael Aspel.
I'm sitting on top of Miss World.
And now, over to the bridge of the SS Titanic.
Is that an iceberg, First Mate?
No, sir. April Fool!
Last week, I was a 7-stone weakling, and when I sat on the beach, bullies kicked sand in my face. This week, I weigh 11 stone.
How did you manage that?
I swallowed 4 stone of sand.
And now for this week's adaptation of the classics.
Oh, Jim lad, you follow me and we'll find the treasure.
How was that?
Very good, but we're doing Little Women.
Oh, all right.
Oh, Joe, it's up to we to look after us girls now.
Get off! Oh, God, I'm thirsty.
Why?
I've just given the Dead Sea the kiss of life.
Get off!
Sorry? What do you find on a snooker table and in a man's trousers?
I don't know.
Pockets. You were wrong, madam.
You thought he was going to say green baize. Now then. I should explain to our listener, hello there, Eric, that Tim is in fact wearing green baize trousers.
And talking of green flies, Barry, I did...
Are you two finished?
Only professionally. Carry on, young sir. Carry on.
And now, my impression of Winston Churchill making a speech on a newsreel in 1919. Thank you.
Think about it. Nurse, this leg's got to come off.
Why, Doctor?
It makes the bloody table wobble.
John, when you said we were going to do Little Women, did you...
No, I did not mean. What do you think I am?
A great lumbering idiot.
And self-taught.
How dare you? Don't ever speak to me again. What's the matter? He said I'd got bad breath. Don't worry, it's not true.
Meanwhile, in a courtroom not 1,000 miles from Clapham Junction...
Clapham?
Why, they haven't done anything yet.
The court will rise. The case of Podium versus Renterbird. Mr. Justice Once presiding.
Milord, I am acting for the plaintiff.
And not very well, either.
Milord, my client, Mr. Trevelyan Podium, on the night of the 14th of October last, read the following advertisement in the Jodrell Bank Echo. I shall quote verbatim.
You do, and you'll clean the mess up yourself.
May I continue?
Usher!
What?
Buy your baby with a Dixie melody.
I object. Those are the wrong words. Milord, the advertisement read as follows. Contact Rent-A-Bird for pleasant companions, delightful conversation, and all tastes catered for.
Milord, this cannot go on.
Why not?
I've lost the next page.
If this continues, I shall clear the court.
That's a hell of a jump for a man of your age.
I know.
Milord, may I say that I think you're the most beautiful girl I've ever seen, and my arms are aching to hold you.
Why did you say that?
Told you I've lost this page.
In that case, just say something off the top of your head.
Dandruff. Meanwhile, in an art school not 1,000 miles from this court case.
Darling, I want to make love to you, and I swear I've never made love to one of my models before.
Is that true?
Yes.
How many models do you had then?
7. 4 bananas and 3 oranges. However, I must admit one of the bananas made me feel a bit fruity.
Meanwhile, back to the court case.
I find the parrot not guilty, and it can leave this court without a stain on the bottom of its cage. Another triumph for British justice. I'd like to conclude today's proceedings by asking you all to join me in a little song entitled I Tittled. She was only a barrister's daughter, but she always lost her briefs. Thank you, Maestro! In an old village called Churling comes Strando. Whack, whack, go kick a neighbour. They did have a church with a steeple so grand, oh. Fall diddle diddle I know I hate my old mum. For hundreds of years now the bell in that steeple. Whack, whack,
spreading the muck round, had never been heard by the village's people. Fall diddle diddle dido, may I leave the room? Rum tiddle diddle tum tiddle diddle, scum on the water, lint in your navel and sand in your tea. In old days the squire had a beautiful daughter. Whack, whack, Eric and Ernie, she loved the poor verger, and one night Dad caught her. Fall diddle diddle dido, I just hurt my foot. I love him, dear Dad, she said, tears she was shedding. Whack, whack, half day on Thursday. Quite likely, said Father, and battered her head in. Fall diddle diddle dido, superfluous hair. Rum tiddle diddle tum tiddle diddle, scum underwater, lint in your navel and sand in your tea. And then, as she lay there, all dead-like and messy, whack, whack, go burst your ulcer. The bell stopped its ringing to mourn for poor Bessie. Fall diddle diddle dido, I think I feel sick. Then just yesterday, a young couple went walking. Whack, whack, go stand on your head now beneath that same bell of which I've been talking. Fall diddle diddle dido, and one for his knob. Rum diddle diddle rum diddle diddle, run from the water, lint in your navel and sand in your tea. They stopped and he cuddled her waist young and supple. Whack, whack, Lord Baden-Powell, and down fell the bell right onto the young couple. Fall diddle diddle dido, here's mud in your eye. The moral I give more in sorrow than anger. Whack, whack, egg, beans and sausage, make love neath a bell and you might drop your clanger. Fall diddle diddle dido, and that's your damn lot. Rum diddle diddle hum diddle diddle, scum on the water, lint in your navel and sand in your tea. Lint in your navel and sand in your tea.
Lousy Lovers, the last of the Hellraisers, Robert Dougal's own story. Spot the murderer and win a Mini Morris. All in tomorrow's sin. Get the sin tomorrow, and I wish to heaven I could stop talking like this. It's very embarrassing.
Love is lovelier the second time around.
That's true, but a damn sight more difficult.
University of the Air. Teach yourself how to bind books.
Feed them hard-boiled eggs.
You and your problems with Marge Whoops.
Dear Marge, my lower lip is much larger than my upper lip. It has caused me much embarrassment. I can feel people looking at my lip and talking about it behind my back. My life has been ruined by this lip of mine. Dear Marge, what should I do?
For a start, you can give me less of your lip.
Little-known facts that nobody cares about. Number ping.
Did you know that in Italy, Lord George Brown's name is Bruno? In Spain, his name is Moreno, and in England, his name is Mud.
We have been asked by Sir Lou Grade to announce that on Wednesday last he lost £500 in used notes at Marble Arch. He would appreciate their return, as they are of great sentimental value.
If you climb up that lamppost, you can see a lady taking her bra off.
If you go round the back, you can see a lady who doesn't wear one.
That was a shortened version of what the peepers say.
Do you know the way to San Jose?
Go to the traffic lights at the Hammersmith flyover, then ask again.
Thank you.
Officer, officer!
What is it, madam?
A young man clasping me round the waist, covering my face with passionate kisses and running his hands up and down my spine.
Yes, madam. When did this happen?
No, I want one.
Have you seen this headline in the paper? Mother of 4... Look at it. Mother of 4 sues for divorce. She was too young to be married anyway.
I married young.
Did you?
Yes, Muriel Young.
Were you happy?
At first. But then we had a row coming out of the church.
Hey,
Here's a good one. Knock, knock.
who's there?
Oh, you've heard it.
And now, over to a maternity hospital not 1,000 miles from crude language.
Congratulations. I say again, congratulations, Mr. Upchurch. You'll become the father of a beautiful bouncing baby.
Is it a boy or a girl?
We don't know. We can't stop it bouncing.
Gosh, you chaps, look at this in my paper. A girder fell from a building in Bradford on Friday and missed a man's shoulder by only 3 inches. Hit him right on the top of the head.
No.
Wait, no.
Ask him, Rag. Ask him. No. Ask him, Rag. Ask him.
That was today in Parliament. Satire lives. And now over to Kenneth Campbell. Oh, he's gone out. Anybody got any news they'd like to do?
Me.
Over to Florence Dougal.
A man wearing a stocking robbed a bank in Maidenhead early today. He was immediately identified as the stocking was on his right leg. Over to Reginald Bosanquet. Bozanki? Boozan. Andrew Garber.
At a Mrs. Mills concert tonight, the piano surrendered. Over to Hayley Mills.
At the Bedfordshire Catapult Championships this afternoon, a shortage of elastic occurred, and the ladies' section was cancelled when the crowd invaded the pitch. One of the players said, all the girls feel very let down. And now, over to the pub. No, Paranoia. This week's edition of Paranoia.
Good evening. Tonight in Paranoia, we take a look at the latest industrial dispute concerning the plastic wrapper packers. For the latest developments in the dispute, over to our industrial correspondent, Juliet Mills.
The 7 leaders of the unofficial strike refused to appear before the Industrial Relations Court after their new claim had been turned down. The situation looked like getting out of hand this afternoon when the court ordered that the 7 men should be arrested, have their eyes burnt out, be skinned alive, chopped up into little pieces, tinned and exported to France at 7 francs a pound. This decision was held to be a little harsh by some observers today, who felt that 5 francs a pound was a fairer price. All other unions came out in sympathy, except the dockers, who stayed out. All other unions. Oh, well, I'm off then.
Here in the studio, we have Sir Frank Levy, Minister for Employment, and Ernie Clogg, one of the strikers.
Look, if that stupid git thinks he's going to tell me what to do, I can tell him where to stuff it, because we was only doing what we think was right.
Yes, Minister, I'm sure you were. I'm sure you were indeed, but is that really the point? Ernie Clogg.
Thank you very much, Robin. Let me restate our basic claim now. Thank you. All we're asking is an extra £96 an hour, 51 weeks paid holiday per year, and retirement with full pension at 23. But this was just a bargaining point, and we would have settled for less.
What would you have settled for?
5p a week and luncheon vouchers.
You're lying, aren't you, Spotty?
Who are you calling Spotty, fatty?
Gentlemen.
And you can keep out of this, you with your puffed bow tie. I'll go on.
Don't call me Spotty.
Spotty.
Fatty. Spotty, you're fatty.
Well, I'm happy to say that, as usual, we have to end paranoia just as things are getting interesting. Good night. It is not a puffed bow tie.
It is a puffed bow tie.
And now, that virtuoso of the keyboard, one of the country's leading experts on the pianoforte, Dennis King, will oblige us with a rendition.
Hey, something's gone wrong. It won't work.
Lift up the lid.
Oh.
Dennis, get us a cheese sandwich while you're up there, will you?
I'll see what I can do.
And now, round table in which top DJs discuss records of the week.
Yes, my friends. Here's a new release. A new release, my friends, that I think is going to be a big smash. How about those lyrics, then?
Well, it didn't say anything to me, but then nobody ever does. Because I don't give them the chance, I just drone on and on and on and on.
Well, guys and gals, I think definitely...
PLRMGGBOOPTFFG. There's a big brown thing in the coal shed, and Daddy's gone away to fight a war. Mummy's making models out of old banana yogurt, and Auntie Sissel's drunk again and lying on the floor. Out in the scullery, a man I don't know is washing out his socks. My cousin Harry just married a midget. He carries her around in a box. But we'll march shoulder to shoulder, lads, and thrill to the beat of the drum. My heart's in a Burmese garden. Accrington, here I come.
Timbrook Taylor has just had a complaint, but it's responding to the ointment.
Meanwhile, in a restaurant 999 miles from Crewe Junction.
Waiter, this steak's off.
I'll get his hat and coat, sir.
Bring me the manager.
I shouldn't bother, sir. He tastes worse than the steak.
I'm sorry I'm late. I was held up in Oxford Street.
Traffic?
No, I was drunk. Waiter, can I see the menu?
I don't know. How drunk are you?
Don't speak to my fiancée like that, waiter. Speak to my fiancée like this. How drunk are you, you silly old cow?
How dare you? I shall walk this white line.
I shouldn't, madam. It goes up the wallpaper.
So much the better. He's been driving me up the wall for years. Here I go.
You see Dennis up there? Ask him about the cheese sandwich.
Dennis, why are you holding that piece of brie up to your ear?
Well, to find out if it's genuine. You see, someone told me that every little breeze seems to whisper Louis.
What's going on in the kitchen?
It's the manager, sir. He's cooking a goose.
Sounds more like he's goosing a cook. Why? Why is the service so bad in here?
It's the vicar, sir. He's been at the altar wine again.
Altar what?
Wine. Thank you.
That does it. I'm off.
Can't you serve my fiancée?
No, I'm sorry, sir. She's off.
Meanwhile, in a prison cell, not 1,000 miles from Wormwood Junction.
So here I am. That's the whole sordid story, really. I'm locked up here for 5 years. I can't help what I am. It's just a moment's madness, and I know I'm different, but there we are. It's so marvellous to have someone to talk to about it.
I know, love, I know.
Oh, my God.
Little-known facts that nobody cares about, number...
Did you know that if the entire Chinese nation started to march past your house now, due to the excessively high birth rate in China, the procession would never end?
Yeah, but just a minute. If they're marching all the time, how can they shut up?
I mean, no, but I mean...
It's not possible.
No, shut up, Ernest.
Love is like a violin.
No, it isn't. Actually, it's more like a trombone. Listen.
Yes. See what you mean? I'm surprised they allowed us to do that, actually. Where are you going?
I shall be forced to speak to Ken Dodd.
Everybody has to be forced to speak to Ken Dodd.
Where's he working this week?
He's not. It's Tony Blackburn's turn for the teeth.
In response to a postcard from someone who just signed herself Anne, no, we're not going to do a show-jumping sketch. Instead, we're going to continue our policy of letting you hear more radio in a shorter time and still get out before the pub shut. We confidently present all at once Z-Cars, Gardener's Question Time, and Book at Bedtime. We'll just repeat that.
Z-Cars,
Gardener's Question Time,
and Book at Bedtime.
To Drink at the Fountain by Denise Holloway, Episode 8.
Spring came early to Broadmead that year. To Harvey, walking down the lane, suitcase in hand, memories came flooding back of...
2 ponces in the public bar and that one-eyed tart from the docks.
If he starts on me, he'll get a mouthful of...
leaf mould and compost in equal parts. Spread this on the
dining room table with little cucumber sandwiches. It was just as Harvey remembered it. Mother, still like a Dresden shepherdess, fragile and sweet, gave an impish smile and murmured,
"Get stuff, you big git. Nobody's pushing me into..."
a bone china teapot. "Just look at these." It was Dorothy from the French windows, as he had always pictured her, with an armful of...
window boxes and small greenhouses. On the other hand, you may prefer to bed down early with...
Sergeant Lynch, if he's not there, get hold of...
Dorothy's bosom, heaving with emotion.
I can assure you they look lovely side by side. Particularly if you have one red one and one blue one. Don't forget, this is also a good time of year for...
robbery with violence, indecent exposure and grievous bodily harm.
"Yes, please," said Dorothy. And she clapped her
tulip bulbs. But they do tend to wilt in an early frost.
Look, son, there's a dead body being found in the car park, and I want to ask you a few questions. For a start, like...
will you marry me? Dorothy blushed like a...
dead ferret that I once found. Behind the potting shed. I think he must have got there
by cycling over from Runcorn.
But he can't. I know for a fact that he was in the Red Lion that night playing the piano.
Which is a habit ferrets have that not many people know about. Another question that gardeners often ask me is how can I treat a vegetable marrow that has
been in love since she was a schoolgirl? "I can see you now," smiled Harvey, "in your little summer frock with the...
handcuffs, truncheon and a couple of tear gas bombs. Just in case, you know."
Why, Saz, you expecting trouble in...
the back pocket of Harvey's trousers. Pulling it out, he said, I know this is only a photograph, but it'll give you some idea of what it looks like." "Good heavens," said Dorothy. "It's
the biggest stick of rhubarb in East Anglia."
Harvey said nothing. He simply
smashed her over the head with a water jug, stole her holiday money and got out of town disguised as a
turnip and a bag of King Edward.
"Oh, Harvey," said Mrs. Hetherington. "How sweet of you to get Dorothy..."
in the club with 2 drag artists and a dodgy soprano.
"There's only one way to stop him, Sarge.
Cut off the end with a pair of secateurs."
"It'll never be the same again," said Harvey, smiling bravely. The following morning, Harvey rose early and packed his suitcase with...
the whole of B Division and 4 panda cars.
Dorothy opened her mouth to speak, but she was so overcome with emotion that all that came out was...
In tonight's programme, the part of Mike Yarwood was played by Harold Wilson and Edward Heath. All the other parts were played by Tim Brooke-Taylor, Barry Cryer, John Junkin, and me, Dennis King. Oh, and the programme was produced by David Hatch.
Ta-da, Cheeky.
Bye-bye, Cheeky.
Bonsoir.
Wiedersehen.
Ah, so cheeky.
Get off.
Get
Not it.
Toodaloo. And you.
I'm in love again.